Hi, this is Topical Issue again, and today's topic is Christianity and the Jesus fish. I'd looked in the internet and I'd seen the drawing of Jesus fish, but it had not stuck on my mind, so I just bypassed because I know there are lots of symbols. When I was researching on a few things, and there was the prophecy of Nasha, where he was showing people things that affect people's life in the present system. He talked of marriage, and when he was starting the marriage thing, the first words are umemchokoza bear. Bear is dubu in Kiswahili, or bear is dubu in Kiswahili. Nature, my guess, I don't know how he formulated, but I think it should be when we are talking of nature and nurture. But wrote it in the Swahili version, nature. So when the whole thing was going on and I was talking and trying to interpret what I thought of it, that is what I thought of it. I don't know what he thought of it when he was composing, but those were my views. We left the marriage, he went to religion, and just after religion, before he entered politics, he was somewhere roasting a fish. And I wondered, could this be symbolism? To speak something that when you speak under normal circumstances, people see you as a radical. So I went back to the internet, and also another thing that came to me was also the song that Chameleon sang. Chameleon, a dancehall musician from Uganda, very famous musician, wonderful, Dr. Jose Chameleon. And there is a song he produced, Tubonge, let's talk, let's chat. And then I was wondering, what about Tubonge? Because when I watched the video, there is this lady who is very evasive. He goes to church, she wants to talk to her, she disappears. When he goes, he looks through the pews of the church, checks this side, the lady disappears, appears from the other side when he tries to see, and he was moving all over. That time he had a broken leg, I think. There were rumors that there was, I've not followed it up, but in the video he has a broken leg. So I decided to listen to the words, and I realized it was symbolism. He was trying to communicate to us gospel time. That's how it starts, gospel time now. He was trying to communicate to us what he's been trying to find out about religion, about Christianity. And everything keeps evading him. And everybody he talks to keeps evading him. So he's never gotten to know the truth. This brought me back to the time of apartheid in South Africa, before South Africa got independent, when Nelson Mandela was in prison. And people could not sing about Mandela. So a musician called Chico Chimora produced a hit that was top of the chart, but he did not sing Mandela. He sang, "We Miss You, Manelo." So Manelo was a girl, but in actual sense he was talking about Mandela in prison, wanted Mandela released. So I sat and wondered, why should Chameleon use symbolism in a song to talk about Christ? Because he talks of let's talk, and he talks of this friend, a true friend, and he's been trying to follow this friend. He cannot get to this friend. He wishes this friend could be having a telephone number, Twitter number, or a Facebook number. At least he could communicate and invite him to his family, to himself. And if the friend could make that move, because he had followed, now he's tired, he's waiting. now for the friend to make that move to get to him, so that he can be able to announce him around the world. And when I saw the fish, something struck me. There is this fish called, people talk, Jesus fish. Then I was wondering, what about Jesus fish? I know Jesus talked about fishermen when he left the disciples to go and be fishers of men. So I decided to start from the beginning, but I realized there was another song that Chameleon had sung. I don't know if it was interrelated. There is a song Chameleon and Papa Cindy had sung. It's called Ngwata, Hold Me. And it was talking about Jesus holding one, because there are many enemies. People appear to be friends. You are in sort of a battle. You want to express yourself, but you are afraid of the repercussions from the community, because people have been taught a certain ideology. So I went through Ngwata and I saw he was talking about such things. And also, I'm just going to give my opinions. Umemchokoza bear by nature, I think, means you are provoking the establishment. In case any establishment is provoked, please, I'm just a researcher, I'm not an authority. Correct me or issue a video or something that will be able to put these things correct. I started following. I'm also saying Ngwata because I don't want criticism. People saying I'm siding with this church, siding with this idea, siding with, because you'll be called many things. You'll be called a devil worshipper, you'll be called an infidel, you'll be called a demon, you'll be called, but I'm talking this as a Christian. I am a Christian. I went and started following the beginning of Christianity. And this is what I found. After the crucifixion of Jesus, his disciples split out and started teaching about Jesus and his teachings. They were an offshoot of Judaism religion in Judea, and they began their mission in Jerusalem. They did not worship in the temple because they were an offshoot, so people did not embrace them that much. So they worshipped in their houses, and they used to use a symbol. The first Christian symbol was a fish, meaning they had been sent to be fishermen, and there are other Latin things that went with the fish. You can look in the internet and you'll be able to find out what other things that were there. So the first Christian symbol was a fish. Then I thought, when nature was roasting a fish, did he mean, have we roasted the Jesus symbol? So I decided to go for other things too. I followed the first disciple. I looked at how far Peter, the disciple of Jesus, traveled. And the first answer I got from the internet was he traveled through Palestine and Asia Minor, where he worked miracles. Palestine and Asia miracles, where he worked. Asia Minor, where he worked miracles. That's what I found out. But going underneath again, I found a place written, but in the St. Peter's Palace of Versailles. It added he traveled to Rome between 42 and 54 AD during the reign of Caesar Claudia and Caesar or Emperor Nero. That was about Peter. I looked at another person who was very important in the formation of the other Christian Gospels. He was a rabbi by the name Saul, who was later called Paul. Saul of Tarsus, or Paul of Tarsus. And in the internet told me his journeys were, took him through the present day Israel, Syria, Turkey, and Greece. But Paul walked through the roads built by the Romans to facilitate their control. He was of Roman citizen, because that time it was the Roman Empire that was ruling. That is the far Paul went. Then the Roman Empire split, and after some time, the capital moved from Rome to Byzantium, Constantinople, which was the eastern part of the Roman Empire, which was in control. So, in Constantinople, a Roman ruler who was now in charge of all of Rome, all of the Roman Empire, from the east to the west, now in Byzantium, which is the present-day Turkey, became converted. That was into Christianity, and he built the very first church. So the first person to build a church, because the others used to worship in a temple of Jerusalem, the Herodian temple. It was broken down by the Israelites, when the one that Jesus had prophesied. And actually it was broken down. That's near where the Wailing Wall is. That is where that temple was. So the prophecy came true. So he started and built the first church called Hagia Irene, which he commissioned, and it was in Constantinople, the city named after him, which is today's Istanbul. His capital. It has been known by the name Istanbul, or Istanbul, or Nicaea. It is the same town when we talk of that. In the present day Turkey, Istanbul. From there, he built the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem in the year 336 AD. In short, it was the Roman Empire that embraced Christianity from the east, and the first church, the other churches and Christianity started in Armenia and such like places. But that is not the biggest problem, because even the capital of Christianity was the church that Sultan Mahmud captured, which was the center of worship in the Christian Empire, and it's there up to now. It's now a mosque. It was converted into a mosque called Hagia Sophia. So that is about what I gathered, that it started in Constantinople. That's where Christianity began. That is where Constantinople began, and the first church was built there, and Hagia Sophia was built by the same Caesar. But that is not my main question. The question is, it is Constantine who introduced the sign of the cross for worship. The transition, that is now the Roman Christian church that was begun by Constantine. The Roman Christian church, Constantine. So, my question is the fish simple still valued in the Christian religion, or did we eat the Christian fish simple? I would like those who are learned, the authorities in this field, to be able to comment. They can have something like this, or something of the comment about their feelings about this Christian fish. I know it is a sensitive topic. I followed, and if whatever is in the internet is true, then this is the truth. So guide me. I'm not an authority in Christian religious education. Please tell us about this Jesus fish. I beg to end there. I'm following what I'm trying to find out what nature was trying to communicate also by symbolism. But me, I've come out straight. Please enlighten us. Thank you.